Well, Steve, thank you for joining us. We're going to hit a few pitch shots around the green. You've basically said you're a bogey golfer. What's the worst part of your game?
Pitching and putting.
Well, let's see if we can help your pitching and chipping
All
a little
right.
bit here today, okay? So let's start out going for this longer shot. You've got your 60-degree wedge, which you use for this type of shot.
That is pretty much typical of what I do.
Is that something you do most often?
Not most often, but I do that. The short game is one of my bigger problems. I don't hit the ball as far as I used to, and so therefore I have to be able to get close to the pin some other way.
Okay, that was well done. Let's hit one more down there.
Okay.
Okay, so you hit 4 shots from off the edge of the green. 2 of them you're happy with, and 2 of them you're probably at least 2-putt, maybe even 3-putt from that distance.
Could be, yeah.
Okay, we've got the square strike wedge. It's designed totally different than any other wedge you ever played with. It's more upright, it has a very wide sole, and it's very heavy. And it's been built so the club just sort of slides across the top of the ground instead of sticking like your normal wedge does. I think the best way to use this is to go ahead and use sort of a putting motion. Maybe a little bit closer to it than you're hitting your normal wedge, and then try to straight back and straight through with your arms and shoulders. Straight back and straight through. So let's give it a whirl and see what you think. Go down to the same hole location. Just back and through. Okay, probably just a little bit harder, but that was a good result.
With the square strike and the putting stroke, it didn't take really hardly any time at all to get used to that.
Perfect. Nicely done. Good speed. You gotta be happy with that.
That's about as close as I've gotten.
So if you're to explain to me what difference that feels like versus your club.
I feel like I have a little more control of it because of its weight. And you're right about the fact that it goes, from point A to point B. I get a little more confidence in the fact it's going to be straight.
Good, good. Confidence, consistency, that's all a big part of shots around the green. And the ones that you miss hit just a little bit are going to be better off than the ones you miss hit with your 60-degree. I mean, that was pretty decent.
That one I have a chance with.
Does it help to think about using a putting stroke instead of a chipping motion?
It does. That thing almost went in.
You're going to learn to expect that.
They're getting a little closer. This is good.
Well done. We've talked about consistency. You look at the last 7 or 8 balls you've hit, they're all within 8 or 10 feet of the hole. Is that better than you do normally?
Quite a bit better. Normally I would have one that would be, 6 feet, 7 feet, 20 feet, 25 feet, a couple of them still here,
So you can save some shots. It's going to make you happier at the end of the round.
Well, it does, because if I'm more confident in it, I'm going to get more consistent, and that's what I'm looking for.
Nice. Beautiful shot. The head's a little bit heavier. Does it feel like it just sort of releases on its own and swings itself?
It feels like it's doing all the work.
You want to hit a few with yours? This is a little teeny short chip shot. All you got to do is carry it about 4 feet. Okay, not bad. Oh, that's my favorite shot. That double hit. So again, you've hit 3 shots. Consistency's the problem.
Yeah, they're not consistent.
No, let's go ahead and try 3 of them with the square strike. You don't have to hit it very hard, just a little teeny putting stroke. Beautifully done. I'd say that's pretty good.
I'd take that any day. Felt great, and I love the result.
It's just a little putting stroke is all you're doing. It's so difficult to mess up that way. You made it. Look at there.
I'd take both those.
You want to hit a few with yours?
The wedge that I've been using, I have a tendency to get underneath it and literally go a third to a half of the way there. Now I got a long putt, and that's not my greatest strength either.
All right, that happens so often with the 60 where you go underneath it a little bit.
Yeah, and it doesn't go anywhere.
That one was better. We've talked so much during this about your consistency. You've hit one really good one not so good, and one that you're probably not very happy with.
A, B, and C.
Yep, let's hit 3 of them with the square strike and see if we can improve on that. Just remember that putting stroke, straight back, straight through. Beautiful.
Get in there, get in.
Another great chip. And all these are right on the right line. You haven't missed it right or left at all. Another perfectly struck shot. The grain got that one, and it's still 4 feet from the hole. You look so much more comfortable and confident, like you're going to do this every time.
Yeah, that's the way I'm feeling right now. You're right.
Another really good shot. Beautiful. Absolutely perfect. Great stroke.
They're getting closer, aren't they?
Yeah, that's a pretty nice pattern up there.
And there's no fear of really getting underneath it like there is with mine.
It's just straight back, straight through. The ball goes right on the line you
Right.
want it. Even the ones you haven't hit perfectly with this club.
They're all within striking distance. I couldn't believe how the square strike gave me the confidence that I think I'm going to need to make that next putt, if in fact the shot doesn't go in the first place.
Just straight back, right in the hole. Boom, just like, I think
That's it.
that's a wrap.
I'm sold.
That's a wrap.
I did the putting stroke, and again, I think it's because maybe it's the shape of the club and the fact that it's a little heavier. I just feel very good about it. Everything went right at the right time. It went in the hole. Trying to be realistic, I think the square strike pitching wedge would save me somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 5 to 6 shots in a round of 18 holes. I would no longer be a bogey golfer.